Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Dented that one good. Sharp. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us, that's more than stuck. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation, their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Sharp steel. Good hit. King. The scrap keeps piling up. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Pop... He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the... Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as... He understands why you came all the way out here. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and rough... You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall... You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but... You handle that net like you've never done any... He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the... Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so... One day... But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to... You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory. He says he remembers every single day he... The tree started to die when the end... The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to... The road ahead won't be easy. He wants you to understand that you'll all... His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the... You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expect. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they... Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict... The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. He believes he can sense you. Out-of-Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? You can take even more now. It's a bridge. Just get over it. close encounter. Carving it up. Crit. Personal. Flash the slash. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says just because you've made time to meet the Sifu doesn't mean he has time for you.
Zata is the moi totloho. Kariesne stace. Paro, yaput.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves to find ourselves. But he's there's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you. Sometimes one memory can make another come to. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land and there are rivals in all directions. Jagni doesn't want a new you. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life. He wasn't sure you'd do that. But it seems your mind took control of that big heart of yours. That's a sign of strength.
Zata.
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe.
Paro inatufo.
The Myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but uniting the tribes and saving the Tree of Life won't change anything. You must stop living in the past.
Yeti rikli.
Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises.
Ite reki perfetta.
They have no intention of letting this drag out, or they'll run the risk of teaching the enemy their art of war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Od listening over. Na lest stari dat. Você si.
Even if you see the world differently, you must hit them as soon and as hard as you can. The outcome of this war is up to you.
Iglezet zanamach. Od listening over.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the...
Skuni.
Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin.
Zanamach. Ale.
The only kin who count are the kin that are left standing at the end of the war. Let's focus on making that our kin, not theirs.
Tel novazi ale dluhodo.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Na oko kiza novi. Nibira.
Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Oko tel novazi ale dluhodo.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Oko dolo. Nibira. Oko.
Anyway, you'll pass your own...
Zum ilan dat nipi.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it. Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is. Says there's no reason to make threats. Squawks at you for... Says you're welcome... Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Says you...
Tre, draiko koti. Uita raika kua. Lettera mai tra chaitru.
The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Wow! Wow, wow, wow! Right in the face! Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. Looks good. You are full of mysteries.